So hi, Well the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
Yeah. It's been a whopping 3 days since we spoke. 4? 3? I don't know. Who cares?
Let me check the calendar.
We did interviews on Thursday. We did the one we were just talking about.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Forgot
god.
about that.
Yeah. So how's everybody doing? How was your weekend, everyone?
Maybe tell us about your weekend.
Everyone, tell us about your weekend.
Tell us in the comments.
I'll tell you guys about my weekend. This past Friday, I saw the Front Bottoms, Oso
I'm
Oso,
sorry.
and Sydney Sprague
Those,
at the
those were good.
Fillmore in Philadelphia,
There you go.
and it was great. I went with my partner. I met Sydney at the end. She a podcast bestie. It was very nice to meet Sydney. Say hi. And
who? Oh, I thought you were asking somebody to say hi. I was like, she's not here.
So everyone say hi to Sydney.
Sydney, say hi.
Sydney pops out of fucking nowhere. She's suddenly in the Zoom meeting.
Hey,
she's doing
guys.
this one with us. Hi. So yeah, that was great. I don't have any concerts next week, but I see Grayscale for the 5th time in 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
2 Fridays from now. It's gonna be crazy. It's my first time seeing them headline. I've seen them 4 times open. So this time I'll finally get to see them headline, and then I finally see Water Parks 2 times. Water farts. I know that's a sore subject, but I'm seeing Water Farts twice. It's been up. They're like the only band that I've been like, I have to see and haven't been able to like line something up. And I've met them twice and hadn't seen them at all.
Well, you saw them live at their tiny little pop-up shop.
I saw them play 3 acoustic songs. 4 acoustic songs.
There you go. Thank you.
Not a full production 20 plus song live set that's going to be greatest hits in its entirety, plus the TikTok songs off of Fandom. And that's the entire set list. And maybe like the Star Spangled Banner or something thrown in there.
Something dumb.
I don't fucking know.
I hope he doesn't play the Star Spangled. I hope he plays like a Pitbull song. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. He plays like Timber.
Pitbull will be here this Friday, and I'm not going. I'm sorry, everybody, for letting you down.
I'm still disappointed because you were supposed to go for both of us because I can't go.
Yeah, and I'm sorry I couldn't make it happen. That's just how it be. That's how life be. I'll catch him next time. I promise. I'm sure he'll just do an amphitheater tour every summer. He'll be like those metal bands that go out and just do a amphitheater tour every summer. And eventually I will see this man live and in concert.
Yeah.
You have anything you want to tell us about your weekend, Glory?
I delivered cakes and I played Animal Crossing. Made some money. It was good. In both Animal Crossing and in real life.
This Animal Crossing thing. I told Gloria she gotta leave her phone by her side from now on. Because I'm worried that like an afternoon interview at like 3 o'clock and Gloria's gonna like forget about it because she'll be sucked into 4 hours of Animal Crossing by then.
I almost canceled the podcast tonight because I was like, I just want to continue playing Animal Crossing. I gotta get out of debt.
Animal Crossing, dog. Come on.
Yep. You need to get Animal Crossing so you can understand. You will literally. I had no time to spare before. Somehow I have time for Animal Crossing now. It's the weirdest thing.
I don't need like. I buy games that I want to play all the time, and I'm like, I'm gonna make the time for this. Like it's gonna happen, and every goddamn time, it's like somehow I get busier every single time I buy a video game I want to play. So I've just stopped. But I have bought Animal Crossing before. It just wasn't for myself. That was Sam's birthday gift last year.
Oh.
That was before I had a Switch. I would have bought one for myself, obviously. But I went to GameStop on release day. This was like into the panorama when all the businesses were supposed to be closed, and GameStop was like, we're still open.
We're still open because Animal Crossing is dropping, and that's more important.
Yeah, well, I went. I was like, I don't care. So
you need Animal Crossing.
Yeah, now I personally need Animal Crossing. Yeah. Like, because maybe I will have the same effect as Glory, and suddenly I'll have some free time. Probably not.
Genuine, like, dude, I don't know where it came from, because
it's just you neglecting the things you're supposed to do.
That might be it. Maybe that's it.
That's where the free time came from.
I'm just not taking any more cake orders, and I'm canceling. I'm blocking out time on the
but
calendar.
No interviews blocks on the calendar now, or for fucking Animal Crossing. Glory's actually got free time during those blocks now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, good God. But yeah. So Animal Crossing and concerts. That's what's been going on over here in the podcast camp. We have music to talk about this week. Lots of it.
A lot.
It was a very busy week. Lots of albums.
Right.
This was
too many albums, some would say.
This was one of the busiest release weeks we've had in a while. Like these past couple of weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, these past couple of weeks since like Spirit Box week, it's been like just constant stream of just multiple albums every week, and it's like, where the fuck are you all coming? Like, I get like tours are back, and that's why everything's dropping all at the same fucking time.
Tours are back.
But it's like, it's just so much music in a short span of time. I'm like, can we all just like put some of these on the back burner until 2022? And now they're announcing albums for 2022. It's like, dog, it's October.
It never stops. It never stops.
It never stops. Oh, before we get started, I would like to say we have a hit tweet.
Oh.
I made a tweet today while I was pissing. I posted a funny
It wasn't
image.
about him pissing.
No, I posted a funny image about how high hopes is the reason why we have this pandemic.
And it's true.
It's very true. And it's got 500 plus likes now and counting. So go make us viral.
That was it.
That's all. That's the plug. Go to our Twitter and go like the tweet and retweet it, please. So the music that came out this week, Every Time I Die dropped an album, Radical. This album was pretty radical.
It's pretty
radical. Although there was a song on here that was titled Sex, 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 and I was like, what is it with bands this year? And like, just blatant, like, I know bands sing about sex and that's all well and good, but why do we have to just like blatantly name it sex? Like, we got porn star, rock star, and now sex, sex, sex. That's the trifecta of sex songs this year. But the album rocks. I still hate Planet Shit though, personally. That's my boring ass song. Bad song.
No. Should have just stayed in the drafts.
Keep that shit in the drafts. The album ends so abruptly though. That's my gripe. Because I was listening to it, and then the Sentinels album came on like that, and I was like, okay, when did that album end? Yeah,
I thought mine was on shuffle, and it just like shot to another thing in the middle of the album, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, when did the album end? Did I black out for the ending? But I didn't.
Exactly.
Listen to the album twice, and both times it was like that. Sentinels came on, and I'm like, what in the fuck?
Why?
Why'd you have to do that? But at least it wasn't a big theatrical slow ending song.
But it's like, at least like not slow. Theatrical ones are always like bangers. Sentinels dropped new album, Collapse by Design.
Speaking of Sentinels, this album fucking rocks.
I knew you'd like it. Yeah.
I saw them with Lorna Shore a couple weeks ago, and I was like, most of the bands on this bill are putting me to sleep, but this band like captured my eye, and I was like, gotta listen to this when it comes out, and it rocks. It does. It's very good. And we shot an interview with the drummer, and it'll be out soon, where Glory says, holy shit.
They did.
The progressive metalcore band made Glory say the shit word.
I did.
So tune in for that.
This was a little too heavy for me, but I really I like the concept of the album, and I like everything that we got from the interview. That definitely changed my perspective on it, other than this was too heavy, which it is, but but like, respectfully, it's just not my genre. This is a Shane thing.
This is 110% a me thing. Don Broco finally dropped an album, Amazing Things. This has been announced and pushed back and announced and pushed back at least once, if not twice.
At least one time, guys.
At least once, if
not
not
say
twice.
Like 3 or 4.
No,
it's just
I don't.
This was pushed back once.
One too many times. Just fucking put the record out. And the funny thing is, they pushed it back for vinyl, and the vinyl still won't be ready until next year. And they were like, we're not pushing the album back anymore. And I'm like, thank fucking God. I want to hear it this year. You should have just dropped
it the first time.
Yeah. This album is very good. It was a fun listen. Doesn't take itself too seriously, and I like that.
Yeah, this album, it caught me off guard. Every single song, I didn't know what to expect because I thought I knew what was going to happen next. I was like, oh yeah, this song is obviously a slow song, and then they just made it into like a not hyper pop, but just like fast song again. And I was like, this was supposed to be the acoustic song in the middle of the album that Shane's going to complain about, but no, it's not. And it was just a really good album. I enjoyed it a lot. It was heavy at times, but it switched it up enough where it wasn't just straight heavy and that was it. It just had a lot of texture, I guess. Starset dropped new album, Horizons. No, thank you. I'm not a Starset fan.
That's fair enough.
It was better than their singles, but I'm just purely just not a Starset fan. I don't really get it.
That's fair enough. I think they're a solid band. I don't get the massive amounts of hype on. Like, I get like bands that have the lore and everything like they do.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Everybody, like, you just dive nose deep in and you're like, I don't even like the music, but I'm so invested in this band that I have to listen to it now.
21 Pilots.
And I think that that's one of these bands. I'm not saying that their music is bad. I think that they're a solid band all around, and I thought the album was okay. Hour and 11 minutes, lengthy. Had a lot of low periods that went on a little too long. The high periods, very, very good. The low periods went on way too fucking long.
A little too long.
We got to work on progression here. But it's okay. Now, my album, Infected, is still the best song on this thing. The lead single off it. Oh, so good. I'll go see them live just for that.
And then you'll leave.
And then
let's hope they open with it.
I'll be like, you guys open with Infected? That's great. Now I'm leaving.
Goodbye.
So it's very good. I personally enjoyed it.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's I mean, you are always, oh sweet Jesus, I'm slurring my words. You were always like a Starset, not fan, but you always enjoyed most of their stuff. So I'm happy this album didn't like disappoint you, except for the low points, which is valid.
Yeah.
Every album nowadays just has like a lot of low points. I get we're in a pandemic, guys, but like,
it's like now I see it that I have to stare at everything with a semi-critical lens, and I'm like, this is bad. I've ruined music for myself. Because now I can't even have a conversation. Like, the only person that I can have music conversations with now is Glory, and half the time she doesn't even want to have them with me. I'm just like, Glory, no one else wants to have a critical conversation with me about music right now. Like, we have to have this conversation or I'm going to explode.
Dude, I like... it's the same problem with me because it's like somebody be like, oh, did you like this album? I'm like, well, the production was kind of and I feel like they could have arranged the album a bit better. This would have been better here. They should have just removed the slow song altogether and blah blah blah, and they're just like, I just want to know if you liked it or not, if you've even heard it
or not. Yeah,
exactly. It's just like, yeah, unfortunately I did listen to it.
Yes, I have a podcast where I listen to every major release that comes out in a week. Obviously, literally. I've heard at least some of it. Come on.
At least like the first 5 songs.
So, yeah, Glory and I are the only ones to talk music now. Everyone else is like, why are you so critical about it? And I'm like, it's my job. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Can't swim. Right. Put out an album. Change of plans. It's announced we interviewed the band about their new album. It'll be out this week. It's very good. The Caleb from Beartooth feature was interesting, though, because... he just kind of came on the track and just like, he literally just yelled an inaudible scream and just fucking, that was the end. Like that's the only thing I remember from that track. And honestly, pretty iconic. Like that was just his introduction to the track. He didn't just start like screaming or singing. He just fucking, rah! And I'm like, you know what?
And then that was it.
Me too. I feel like
I feel like we should start doing features. And that should just be it. We only scream. We don't, because we can't sing. I can't rap.
We've had people ask us to do gang vocals.
Weren't we also asked to do the pissing feature on like, who was that?
Naked Alien?
Was that
I don't
Naked
think
Alien?
So.
No. They had the submission up. It was for like anybody. And I think I just saw it and I was like, no. I don't really want that out there.
I don't want to record myself pissing. I'm okay
though.
But yeah, no, this album was very good. 10 out of 10. Go listen to it and watch our interview with them later this week.
It drops later this week.
It does.
Thumbs up. Empty dropped new album, Made of Fire. This was heavy.
Absolute fire. Cat's out of the bag on this one also. We interviewed the band about this. It'll be out later this week. Ba 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 ba. It's very good. I was listening to this album again earlier. So good, so true. 11 out of 10. Definitely recommend. They need to get bigger so that they can tour everywhere. Or at least up the East Coast. I can see them.
So true. This was a little too heavy for me, but I liked interviewing the band. Sorry.
It's too heavy. It was too heavy. The City Is Ours dropped an album, Coma. And we interviewed the band about this before we'd even heard the goddamn album.
Yeah.
They had literally just announced the damn thing, and we were like, okay, come on the podcast.
Let's talk about that.
And we couldn't get a stream of the album, so finally heard it. I'm stoked on it, though. I thought it was very good. I was like,
stoked. We haven't used that in a while.
Yeah, haven't used the word stoked in a while. Because it was like trying to make a judgment call on an interview based off the singles and being like, you're going to chat about an entire body of work that you're not allowed to hear yet.
We've done that a couple times.
And it's like, well, dear God, I hope this body of work doesn't suck when it comes out. And I'm very glad that this is quite the opposite. And it's very good. Very enjoyable listen. Go check it out and watch our interview with the band from many months ago.
That was not one of my favorite interviews. I say that about all of them, so I feel like I should stop saying that. But I really, really enjoyed that interview, so please watch it. They're good. And this album banged. So good job, guys. The home team dropped a new album, Slow Bloom. Banger, banging, banging. We're dropping this week, right?
This is already out.
It's out? Already out. That was last week.
Yes. This album rips. When we heard it, when we got the stream of this for the interview, I heard it. I was like, you know what? This is pretty good. You know, like this is
good enough to do an interview.
This is very good. I'm like, I get the hype for this. And then it came out, and I'm like, holy shit, I did not realize how many people were, like, into this shit. Like, it's just, like, everybody I see, it's like there were some massive releases that came out this week, and I've seen more talk about the home team than I have Every Time I Die, and Don Broco, and fucking Starset. It's fucking crazy. And obviously they deserve it. They're on the road right now, so if you're on the 100%. West Coast, go see them, because they're fantastic. I was also listening to this album before and had to stop it because we had to go live. So I'm going to go finish it after I write my 3-page paper in 30 minutes. And then I'll listen to this album. So
true. When you were saying, I thought you were going to say that when you listen to it again, it was like even better. That's what I was leading up to because I thought it was better. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I hate getting this band every single time. It's always me.
Do you want me to do it?
It's always me that's got to say werewolves.
There you go.
I did it this time. They finally put out the album, so that we don't have to talk about their band name for a little bit. The album's called Evil Things. They put it out now to stop me from embarrassing myself every couple of weeks.
He said, "Guys, we gotta push the album forward.
We fucking gotta hurry this up. This kid's embarrassing himself." But it fucking rips. The best song is Still Fall With Me. I appreciate that the best song on the album got an interlude that flows perfectly into the damn thing. So good. Have to get you guys back on the podcast so that we can talk exclusively about Fall With Me for another 30 minutes because it's so good. Such a banger. I know we already talked about it for 30 minutes, but we should do it again sometime.
Yeah. And
obviously the rest of the album, but the banger of the record. But the entire album was good.
My favorite was actually the opener. I had to look at the track list again. I thought it was 2 songs, and then I looked up and another song's there, but it was the second one. I love the first one though. Welcome to Hell. Banger. Banger. I really enjoyed this album though. It was definitely worth the long wait.
The wait.
Circa Survive dropped a new EP, A Dream About Love.
Okay.
Right. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm letting you talk about this one.
I do not know what Circa Survive was going for with this, because when they dropped the lead single and the only single off the CP, Imposter Syndrome, I was like, okay, this is interesting, but I can kind of get behind this. Kind of. You know, it's not awful. And this isn't me saying, oh, the EP fucking sucks. This is just me saying I'm genuinely confused about what this EP is going for, because I saw Anthony Green play his solo stuff live, and this just kind of feels like a more full version of Anthony Green's solo music, because he's not it's like acoustic music. That's what he does off to the side, and that's kind of the vibe that this has. It's very weird, it's very ambient, and the little bit of Circa Survive I've listened to before this, not really like this. So it's interesting departure. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on this outside of the fact that I'm confused.
Just confusion. Maybe that's the emotion or feeling that they wanted to invoke in this album.
That's my feeling that I got while listening to this. Just pure confusion. That's about all I got. That's good. And I've seen people online like say, I've given this multiple listens and I still don't know how to feel about this. I gave this EP 2 listens. That's one more than I give most things. And I still don't have any, like, even remotely an opinion that I could give you right now, because I'm so genuinely confused as to everything that was going on with this record.
That's valid.
Yeah.
That's completely valid.
Come on the podcast. Let's dive into it. Let's try. Let's
figure out why it's so confusing.
Let's talk about what's going on here.
Yeah.
Because I'm just confused, man. I need some clarity on the situation. Joe P dropped an album. Emily Can't Sing. Motherfucking Joe P.
Motherfreaking Joe P.
And announced that he signed to Atlantic Records. Well,
insane.
He was on like,
it's like
he was on a subsidiary of Atlantic Records, and then Atlantic Records tweeted, and they were like, "Hey, welcome Joe P to the roster." I'm like, cool. That's motherfucking Joe P right there.
Motherfreaking Joe P is now on Motherfreaking Atlantic Records.
Yeah. So congrats on that, Joe P.
Motherfreaking grats.
Motherfucking grats. This EP is very, very good. Although my gripe is that it opens up not like upbeat, but a lot more like, and not the what I'm trying to say here is the second half of the EP is very, stripped down, very, very, whatever. And I think that the EP would have done a little bit, like, in my opinion, been a little bit better listened to if the progression wasn't like that, where it just went from
if it wasn't like
like
a quick decline.
It was
not even like a slow burn.
Yes.
Yeah, that's valid. But I mean, you might not be Motherfreaking Joe P's demographic, because you like fast.
I am not his demographic, so don't listen to me. That's just my opinion.
Motherfreaking Joe P's demographic, and Joe P, I think he did amazing.
There you go. Your demographic said you did amazing. Don't listen to what I said. I'm just a stupid music critic.
He's the metal boy.
I am the metal boy.
Don't listen to him when it comes to your music, unless it's positive.
I'm glad you liked it. I also liked it. I just thought the progression could have been changed,
which is completely valid, because that is a thing that a lot of bands and artists do miss out on. Some just are like, let's put all the fun stuff at the beginning and then leave it at the end. Yeah,
it's like every pop band ever.
Yeah, literally. Let's lure them all in,
and
then leave it. Ugh. Of Mice and Men dropped a new single, Fighting Gravity. No, thank you. I don't like Of Mice and Men.
I thought that the song was pretty good. They finally announced their album coming out on December 3rd, but they dropped it EP styles, like Hayley Williams.
Oh, God. I hope that doesn't become a trend.
I would like to bring them on the podcast to ask them why the fuck they did that.
I mean, I loved this. I loved this so much. Come on the podcast.
Thank you for backtracking, Lori. Silent Planet dropped a single. Oh, good lord. Anhedonia? I didn't add any letters to that.
Oh, no. Yeah, you didn't add anything.
I didn't add or subtract anything that time. I said it the way I think I should. Anyways,
I don't know how that's pronounced. I tried. It doesn't compute.
The song was pretty good. I'm excited for this album. Like, genuinely. Should be good. Should be exciting. A couple of weeks left.
Should be banging.
Should be banging.
Banging your mom. See You Space Cowboy drop new single. The end to a brief moment of lasting intimacy.
I love Panic at the Disco. Song titles. I love their song titles because they're like one of those like hardcore / like emo bands. They're like trying to like bringing back.
They're bringing it back, and I love
that early 2000s look, feel, vibe. I love it. Love it so much. One of the revival emo bands, I guess. Whatever term you want to toss around.
Whatever, dude. We don't care.
Whatever.
Whatever you want to be called.
The track bangs though, and I am very excited for this album. Very, very excited.
Please, for the love of God, come on the podcast.
Let's talk about the long song titles. Paris dropped the single My Way, and when I first saw this, I was like, Limp Bizkit's cool again. What if this is just a My Way by Limp Bizkit cover? It was not.
No, it wasn't.
And honestly, that just disappointed me. Paris doesn't miss though. No. Although this is like 7 out of 10, it would have been a 20 out of 10 if it was a Limp Bizkit cover.
Of course, any Limp Bizkit cover, even if it was like super bad and you could barely understand it and they weren't even using the right instruments, you'd be like, this is a 1,000,000 out of 10 just because it's a Limp Bizkit cover. And I agree with you.
Love Limp Bizkit.
I know you do, Shane. I know you do. I thought this song was okay. For me, it was probably like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. It just sounded familiar, but it also just sounded like it was missing something to me. I don't know. It just sounded off. But it was still banging.
Banger.
Cave Town and Chloe Morando? Do you know how to pronounce
Sounds about right. I wouldn't ask you, though.
Dropped a cover of Wheatus's song Teenage Dirtbag. I didn't expect it to be like this. I only know the original, the Gold Flame version, and the One Direction version, and they're all rock oriented, whereas this one is like ASMR / acoustic, but also not acoustic, just kind of slow. It was good. The vocals were great, on point. I just don't know if I like the song in this genre.
Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It was very interesting. I just kind of sat there and was like, yeah, this is happening right now. And kind of left it at that,
Yeah.
You want to know what else is happening?
What?
I don't know how much of Oso Oso you've listened to, but he does not fit on this lineup at all. It's Cave Town, Oso Oso, and Sarah Keys, whatever the hell her name is, in the UK at the end of the year.
What?
Yeah.
Oso Oso is on all of the tours.
Oso Oso is going to have to pull out an acoustic guitar and sit on a stool bench to fit in on that lineup. Because
acoustic Oso Oso.
That is that's an interesting lineup.
Yeah, I know roughly what Oso, like I've heard a couple of their songs, little tunes, little jigs, but that does not fit.
No, that's just weird. No.
Yeah,
like that's
get your bag.
That's so far out there. Like that's not even like, this band's rock and this band's pop. This is fucking, this band's emo and this band is acoustic. What gives?
What's happening here?
Robbie sits on a stool and plays. Oso
actually, Robbie stands up.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Oso has 5 guys on stage that absolutely rock.
They're just destroying the stage, as they should.
Absolutely destroy the stage. So Prince Daddy and the Hyena dropped a single Curly Q and announced that they're signing to Pure Noise Records.
As they should.
Which came out of nowhere. I honestly thought that they were going to be one of those bands that continued to like blow up and then like bring Counterintuitive up with them. But I think that Counterintuitive is on the rise anyway. They didn't need Prince Daddy to stay on there to be like, oh, now we're like they've been on the rise anyway. So it was definitely an interesting signing and not one that I saw coming at this stage. but now that I see it, it makes sense. Whatever. The song is very good. Album coming next year. Very exciting shit. Come back on the podcast, talk about that album next year or this year. I don't give a shit. Announce it now. Let's talk about it now. Pretty good.
This is not my favorite Prince Daddy song. It banged. As a disclaimer, it did bang.
Fair enough.
It's just not my favorite that they've released. I like all their other songs. And I like this one as well. I just mean this personally, it's just not my favorite. I'm excited to see what they
I like literally all the other songs.
All the other songs.
And
I didn't mean to come out that way. I just wanted to say I am a fan of Prince Daddy and the Hyena.
Holy shit.
Just not the biggest fan of this song. But it banged.
Fair enough.
So yeah. Oh my god, my brain breaks with this name. Marina?
I don't know.
And Beach Bunny dropped a new single, I Love You, but I Love Me More. So true. I was not the biggest fan of the song. I didn't like it.
It's so weird what's going on with Beach Bunny, because it's like a year ago we were able to get in touch with her on Twitter.
Literally just at her.
2 million monthly listeners. Interviewed her, and now a year later they got 7 million monthly listeners last time I checked, and counting. They put out a song with Marina.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Whatever.
Marina. I think that's it.
Yeah, Marina.
Marina and the Diamond. Yeah, it's Marina.
And they keep on going up. They're like practically sold out this headliner that they start next week. It's wild. This song fucks. Personally, I enjoyed it. And,
I'm happy to hear that.
The Beach Bunny tunes, new Beach Bunny tunes, please. I know Marina just put out her album, and that's what the song is off of. That's why I'm not begging for more Marina tunes now, because we just heard them. She's got her album tour coming up next year. So, Beach Bunny. I know you guys put out an EP this year, and we didn't talk about it, but there should be singles soon. Between You and Me put out a single, Change. This rocked pretty hard.
This was so good.
Yeah.
I love Between You and Me.
I know you do.
love them. I love them so much.
Yeah, they're very good. Album comes out in a couple weeks. It's gonna be fucking. Just fucking. It's gonna be fucking. Fucking pretty hard.
I gotta listen to it.
It's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah. Swedish House Mafia and The Weeknd dropped a new single, Moth to a Flame. This banged. Abel does not miss. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, this is pretty good. He's got that new project coming any minute now, because this is like, I know that Swedish House Mafia is massive, but they're an electronic group, so they just like made the beat on this track, so it's like Abel sang the entire time. So we're gonna talk about The Weeknd because he's great. He's massive. He's got that tour coming. He's got a new project coming. I wonder if this song is off of that project, because it's a Swedish House Mafia song with him on it, but like it fits in the vibe that he's got going on with the new shit. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Maybe this song was what inspired him to go with that sound for the new era, because if it was for the album, he would have dropped it as his single featuring Swedish House Mafia. Yeah,
I don't like, and I don't know why, like, when he's the one singing and is also literally the biggest artist in the world right now. I don't know why you wouldn't, even if it was Swedish House Mafia's idea to be like, all right, we want this guy on a track, I would flip the way it says on Spotify, and it would be a Weeknd song featuring Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah, it would get more views.
Whatever. I'm not the 17 million label people making these decisions. I'm just a guy that likes The Weeknd.
As you should be.
I am one of the 82 million people on Spotify that like The Weeknd.
Whoa.
Brick and Mortar dropped a single, Mystery to Myself.
Brick and Mortar.
This song, stop. Joey Windup Kid does the exact same fucking thing.
I know.
Drives me nuts.
I messaged Joey about it the other day.
Drives me nuts. This song is very good. My favorite thing is how it's got 3 different genres in one track. You've heard of genre hopping before on an album? Here's genre hopping in a song. We got 3 genres in one. And that was pretty wild. It kept the listening experience very interesting throughout. I thought this track was very good.
I enjoyed it because of that, because that's literally what Brockhampton does. And I was like, oh my God. There you go. And that was it. That's my review.
There you go.
Trapped. Dropped a new single. Drop Your Guard. Oh, Chris Taylor Brown.
Daddy Chris Taylor Brown.
Whoa.
Did it again.
Whoa. Bestie.
Did it again. Oh my God. You know what? Out of the new single that they've put out, okay, because
Pride is their best song.
No, we've got the album,
to have pride.
which I don't think was self-produced. We've got
Are you
Fire,
sure?
which I don't think was self-produced. But all of these new singles are very clearly self-produced because
Pride was self-produced.
They suck so hard, but this is their best single since Fire, in my opinion. I mean, we've got Chris Taylor Brown's Coming Out song. Which is his best song, which was interesting. For the record, it wasn't.
It wasn't. Unfortunately, I would have been like
Pride. But
the
cover art was all rainbow, so it was very, very interesting. Because the cover art had leaked, and then the song came out like a week later.
Which was, I remember when you shared it, I thought you were joking. You're like, guys, look, new Pride Trapped. The logo thing, and I was like, no way, that's fake. You made that in like GIMP or something. And you're like, no. And then it came out and you sent it, and I was like, no way. This can't be real.
It's real.
Unfortunately. But also fortunately, because it bangs.
Glory admitted to me a couple days ago that Pride by Trapped is stuck in her head on a loop.
Constantly. It's just I hear him doing his sad little vocal riff or whatever it's called, run. I hear it and I'm like, God, Chris, get out of my head. Get out of my head.
Anyways, the song is not good, but it is arguably one of their better songs while we're in this era of self-produced trap with awful, just the worst cover art I've ever seen. Somehow worse than
He's
Shadow
doing
Work.
Everything himself.
Have you okay, let's backtrack here.
Okay.
Have you seen their TikTok presence currently with the video star effects? Have you seen some of the shit that he puts together?
I haven't been on TikTok in a while, but I did specifically just the trap TikTok because I needed a laugh. I was feeling a little down. I was like, I need guaranteed laughs, trap TikTok.
Trap talk.
Trap talk. Sorry. And so let me see. Trapped. Wonderful. Trapped official. You don't want anybody stealing that. Why do they have 115,000 followers? What is this?
Trap talk.
What is that?
It's pure talent.
I'm voting no. I haven't listened to it. He's such a guy.
He is a guy. He's a dude.
What is this? Why does he have fake glasses on? Look at that. What is that? I hate this man more than words can express. I hate him so much.
Take a wild guess how many streams Drop Your Guard by Trapped has.
A little over 1,000.
36,000. This is the Headstrong band. It's crazy though how hard they dropped off. They have 2 million monthly listeners.
Because Chris Taylor Brown opened his mouth. And everybody was like, dude, what the heck?
Yeah, but it's like, just like, how? And like...
How? Yeah. How'd they drop off that hard?
Pride has been out since March, I think. It's been out forever. It's got 172,000 plays in total.
All me.
All Glory. It's crazy to me how hard this band dropped off.
I'm gonna play it now, actually.
Like, they absolutely deserve it. There's no denying that. Because they sucked anyway to begin with.
Oh god, they're horrible. Headstrong is bad. I don't know how you like it, but it's just back off. I'll take you on.
Headstrong to take on anyone.
It's bad. It's just bad.
It's so good. It's like not. It's worse than Nickelback. That's how good it is.
You got a point. It's worse than Nickelback. Somehow,
okay, so we were. I was talking about Trapped today in the office. I admitted.
Why would you do that?
I admitted
Why
to
would you
listening
do
too
that?
much Trapped today in the office, and it's like, yes, all of these radio rock butt rock bands suck, but they can all write a tune. As bad as Headstrong sucks, there's something in that song.
No, I think there's just something in there for you.
No, there's something in that song that just captivates you because it's got 277 million plays on Spotify. So there's people that agree with what I'm saying, whether you want to or not. You've listened to Headstrong, you're like, back off, I'll take you on. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know how it got so big. I really don't care. I don't know how this band got signed to Warner for an album and a half.
Yeah, I don't know. And a half. That's so sad. That's it. Even Warner was like, God, you guys suck.
Our Last Night dropped a single, When We Were Broken. This was pretty good. I thought that the first original single they put out, that kind of like, because these two bunched together on Spotify. So whatever the one under that was, I can find it. Give me 1 second. Buried Alive was way better. I enjoyed that one a lot more, but this one was pretty good. I would assume they've got something coming if the singles are bunching together. Yeah. So we'll find out.
Bang. Vended dropped new single, Burn My Misery. I know you love Vended.
So I said last time we spoke about Vended, I was like, I don't just want this band to be Baby Slipknot. But I've heard another piece of the EP that they announced coming out November 12th, by the way. Very stoked about it. And I'm very worried that that's just going to be the case.
Well, I feel like for their first album, it's okay because they have to kind of grab onto parts of Slipknot's audience. They have to lure them in before they're able to actually like do what they want to do.
They were going to grab Slipknot's audience anyway. Because the frontman is literally Corey Taylor's kid, so Corey
motherfreaking Taylor
is gonna put him on Knotfest, whether they sound like a pop
folk
band or they're just Slipknot. So I mean, I don't know. I'm hoping. I still have hope that the EP isn't just 5 or 6 or however many tracks they aren't just 5 or 6 Slipknot songs sung by somebody else, but we're gonna find out. My hope is slowly waning as the singles progress. Find out in a couple weeks though.
So true.
It be what it be, it do what it do. You know how it be. The Word Alive put out a single, Wonderland. It's pretty good actually. And then they dropped the single and then announced half the band was leaving.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're gonna go on tour in like a week.
Wait, who in the band is leaving?
I think the drummer and the guitarist left.
Oh God, that's a drop.
That's half the band right there.
Yeah.
But
well, if you need a guitarist, Shane knows how to play one song
on
the acoustic guitar. So if you guys want to play Smoke on the Water for like an hour and a half on tour, message us and we'll schedule a thing for Shane. Look at him. He's natural. Somebody needs to hire Shane to just
I'm a guitarist for hire.
Guitarist.
I am guitarist for hire. I will go on tour. I will play your silly little songs for 6 weeks.
He refuses to learn new songs. He only plays Smoke on the Water.
Smoke on the Water cover bands, hit me up.
Just the one song. The one
song. But yeah, I'm sure they'll have fill-in people or whatever. But his song's pretty good.
Pretty banging. Eight Graves put out a new single, Tuning Out. This sounds so familiar. I feel like I've heard something in the same progression and tune and everything. I thought it was a cover. It's not.
Sorry, it wasn't.
It banged. It just sounds like super, super familiar. But there's so much music out there that it's kind of hard to not sound like another song because there's. I don't want to say everything's been done, but everything's been done. So it's just like everything just sounds like it's familiar with this. It sounds like this. It sounds like this. It has the same progression as this. So that's just how it is now.
Every single time we talk about Eight Graves, I feel like it's like, oh, we just say it's banging and then we move on. But like, it's like, what else do you want me to say? The song slaps. Go listen to Eight Graves. Go check them out. They're hitting the road with Armor for Sleep and Never Loved in like a week. It's gonna be crazy. They're playing the East Coast dates, so go hang out with them. They're very good. Show up early.
Wait, we spoke to Armor for Sleep, right?
No, we spoke to Never Loved.
God, I thought I knew we spoke to Lebanon.
Yeah,
I was about to say, dude, we spoke to that entire lineup. What?
No, because there's also another band on there. I just can't remember the name. Cold Seas, I think, something like that. It's kind of like the Starset tour. We've spoken to half the bands on there.
Yep.
You know how it be. Friend Circle dropped a single, Quitters. The song bangs. My only thing is that my only gripe, I didn't want to use the word gripe. We've been doing so well, but here I am using the word gripe. Is that they announced this thing almost a month ago, and I think that that's a lot of promotion time for a single. I get it. We out here, not enough time to put as much music together because of the panorama.
Hey, but Shane, they probably just delayed it so they could put out a 6-inch vinyl with it.
7-inch.
7-inch. You know, you gotta stay to the vinyl delays, man. The vinyl delays.
There was no vinyl. I just that was my only thing. Is like I saw it get announced almost a month ago and saw that the release date was 10/22, and I'm like, it's a long time for a single. And they did a good job of promoting it, like making sure that people knew about it, because there were multiple times I saw posts about it on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. I'm like, okay, I get it. The song's coming out, to the point where when it came out, it wasn't in my release radar, but I had a mental note in my head to make sure we talked about it. I was like, it was like I saw the Eight Graves single came out, and it like triggered something in my head. I'm like, Friend Circle, that's right. The Best Season Friend Circle also put something out, and we got to talk about that this week. So, as interesting as of a move I thought that was, they did a great job at promoting it, nonetheless.
They really did. Yeah. And this song banged. I did enjoy it. I was just teasing with the vinyl thing. Don't get mad at me, please. Mom Jeans. Oh, it's the last topic for the night. Okay. Mom Jeans dropped a new single, Circus Clown. Am I allowed to admit this? I like Mom Jeans. I'm not a Mom Jeans stan, but I like Best Buds a lot. So I enjoyed this. I'm excited to see their album. They finally
album comes out in February.
Announced their album. Yeah. Oh god. February. Oof. But yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yep.
Don't cancel me, please.
The song was pretty all right. I prefer the lead single. But that's just my personal preference. And that's all the topics we have today. You can follow us on Twitter. It's good_noise_cast. You can follow us on Instagram. It's Good Noise Podcast. Facebook is Good Noise Pod. TikTok is Good Noise Podcast. We're creators of Fred Talk.
Fred Talk.
And we're the #1 fans of Trap Talk.
Trap Talk. And Trap follows us. If Trap follows us, you should too.
YouTube is Good Noise Podcast. Spotify is Good Noise Podcast. Every other streaming platform ever is Good Noise Podcast. Bandcamp is goodnoisrecords.bandcamp.com. Patreon is patreon.com/Good Noise Podcast. Glory has your Patreon supporters, your important plugs, and then we're gonna wrap this thing up.
Thank you to our Patreon supporters. My brother, my uncle Matt from Pulses, Jeremy, Brady, Micah, Zari, and Eric. You guys are great.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you want to also be on this list, as Shane said before, our Patreon, you can go follow it. It starts at $1. It's pretty good. You could go from $1 to $1 million.
Please don't give us
$1 million would be cool. If you want to give us $1 million, that'd be. I wouldn't complain. I'd be a little suspicious, but I wouldn't say anything. Get your vaccine, for the love of God, please, so we can stop having these mutations of the virus, because then it will never stop. So wear your mask, get your vaccine. If you're going to shows, wear your mask, because if you're not, then that's just dumb. Black Lives Matter, as always. That hasn't changed. People stop talking about it because it isn't relevant, quotation marks, relevant. But it is still relevant because people are still being killed. So yeah, that's a thing. Asian lives. Stop Asian hate. Please stop. That didn't come out right, but just stop Asian hate, please. Be a nice person, and that's it. That's all I have to say.
Now, if you'll excuse us, I have to go write this paper in a solid 30 minutes. So I have been Shane.
Listen, stream Pride by Trapped. You got to have pride.
And
I've been Glory.
We have been the Good Noise Podcast. We'll see you next week. Limp Bizkit, new music, please. Goodbye.
Wait. Oh, I thought it was real.
No.
Okay.